428. How we doing? Today, we're going to talk about self-confidence. We're going to talk about letting it go. We're going to talk about, self-limiting beliefs and things like that. I get messages a lot in my inbox. People telling me, like how brave I am because I sit in front of a camera and, they say, oh, I would never be able to do that. And like, I don't know how you're able to do that. And well, I'm going to tell you how, okay? I'm going to tell you how to do it. Stop worrying about what other people think, okay? A lot of times you fail because you don't start. And the thing that kept you from starting was the fear of what other people think. Are they going to like it? Are they going to share it? Are they going to criticize me? All of this stuff. And then you just, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm scared. Well, guess what? Yeah, there are going to be people that are going to criticize you. There are people watching this right now that hate my fucking guts. And I don't care. Okay? And that's the difference between them and me and you eventually. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing this for an ego boost. I'm not filming myself every day and trying to get to 1 million followers because somehow that's going to feed my ego. Like, I could literally chuck my phone in the river and never have a phone ever again and never talk to anybody ever again, and I'd be fine, okay? I'm not doing this for any kind of notoriety. I'm not doing it for fame. I'm not doing it to monetize on Facebook. I'm doing this to help you, the people that like, what I have to share, the people that, are thinking about doing something like this, and they've got these self-limiting beliefs, and they're in their own head, and they're like, how do I even begin? What do I do? Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to let it go. You're never gonna please everybody, so just let it go. You don't have to please everybody. Just do the best that you can. Find something that you truly believe in, that you want to do, which in my case is I believe I can help a lot of people by talking about these topics, by bringing up these things that no one ever talks about. I believe that, if my videos if I only get 100 views or 200 views, but 2 people see my videos and it helps them do something positive in their life, then it was enough. It was enough for me to do it. And I don't care if I get a whole bunch of negative Nancys and all of that criticism and everything. I can handle that. I'm a tough guy, okay? A year ago, I decided I was gonna do something like this to really help people, and but I got trapped in my head, just like a lot of you do. I got trapped in my head, and I would turn the camera on, and I would stutter, and then I would shut it off, and I would delete the video, and I would not post it, and I just kept going round and round in my head about things, and finally I just decided that I don't care what you think. Not you, the people that like me. I care what you think. But the people that are going to sit there and try to put you down, just remember, nobody tries to put you down from a position above you. So anyone that's putting you down is below you. They're already below you, okay? So think about that for a minute. So if you're not starting the thing because you're afraid of what someone else might say, someone else might criticize you, just start it, because that person that's going to criticize you, they're already beneath you, okay? They're already well beneath you. Don't worry about what they say. Do whatever the hell you want to do, okay? I'm doing this to hopefully inspire some other people that, are on the fence about it, and maybe they've got some confidence issues, and they're worried about how they look or how they dress and all of that, and that's why I come on here, and I'm not polished, and I could probably work on my language a little bit, and it's a little bit rough, and I don't care, because I'm not in a friggin' studio. I'm in a friggin' garage. You know what I mean? I don't have millions of dollars worth of studio equipment and great microphones where I can phase out the stupid airplanes that fly by. I don't have all of that stuff. Okay? I'm doing the best with what I have. I got an iPhone on a tripod, and I'm filming this, and I'm, making it up as I go. I'm really, every day, I don't necessarily get up with a plan about what I want to talk about. I go through my morning, and I think about it, and I think about what, and I let my intuition guide me. Today I felt compelled to talk about self-confidence and letting things go. And, who are you doing what you're doing for? Are you doing it for you? Or are you doing it to get an applause? Or are you doing it for likes? Or what is your motivator? A lot of people, I get messages on TikTok and stuff, and they're like, oh, if you follow me, I'll follow you. Let's grow together. And it's like, okay, but like, why? Why do you want so many followers? What if more than half of your followers are bots? What does that do for you? You know what I mean? Does that help your ego? It might help your ego a little bit, but what does that say about you? Your value is how you feel about yourself is based on a number. It's so shallow that shouldn't be anybody's goal, okay? And the raw stats here are that, less than 1% are going to make it viral and actually make a career being a YouTube person or make any kind of significant money. I wouldn't quit your day job and start vlogging every day, okay? It's just not something that you're going to be able to do. And don't let me tell you what you can't do. So by all means, hell, I might be talking to the next #1 Joe Rogan podcaster for all I know, and I wish you the best. Go do it. I'm just saying, be realistic about what your expectations are. Do things for the right reasons. My motivations are not to make money. I don't care about money, okay? My motivations are to inspire other people because I have a lot of knowledge to share. And I would like to believe that by me getting into some of these topics and sharing my personal perspective, that I might inspire somebody else out there that is, curled up in their little shell and they're hiding in their closet because they're scared to get out there. And you never know, the world might be waiting on you, might be waiting to see you. What goes along with this is also, with the rise of this AI, think about this. It's so easy for a company to create a fake AI character to sell a vacuum cleaner, right? Well, that may not matter to you, but, we used to have to hire like B-roll actors, right? Used to have, that was somebody's job, like, hey, can you be the dad in this commercial and push this vacuum cleaner around and then say these 3 lines. That was somebody that made a living doing commercials. Well, that person is completely replaced. What are they going to do? Now Hollywood is falling apart because AI can do all of these menial tasks. So, what I believe is going to be the bread and butter in the future is authenticity. I really think that area, AI is so fake. We can copy this. We can make Bigfoots talk. We can do all this stuff. But you know what we can't do? You can't make me exactly like me. And you can't make you exactly like you, right? So come on out of your shell. Get your phone turned on and put your ass out here and tell everybody what you think, Now, I don't mean get on there and just be like, look at me, da-da-da-da-da, this is what I'm doing today. If that's what you want to do, then fine. Don't get upset if nobody watches it. Maybe nobody cares, you know what I mean, what you're doing or whatever. Maybe nobody cares what I'm doing. And but I know that there's probably a few people out there that really do care. And, because I get messages and stuff all the time. And so I'm doing this to hopefully inspire and hopefully teach you out there that don't let these self-limiting beliefs hold you back. Okay. If there's something that you want to do and the reason that you're not doing it is because you're worried about what other people are going to think about you, let it go. Don't worry about that. I know it sounds easy to say, and it was, I'm not even going to bullshit you. It was hard for me. I thought about this and I went over and over, and I probably spent 6 months like hyping myself up for this, and finally, just turn the camera on, film it, and let it go. Put yourself out there. Be your authentic you. You're enough. Just who you are, as you are. Your experiences are unique. Your life is not a carbon copy of everybody else's, life. Your story is different than everybody else's. And when everybody's sick and tired of seeing all of the paid social media influencers basically run, shark VPN ads while you're watching their podcasts, things like that, they're selling out for their sponsors, and that becomes disingenuous. And we can see right through that, okay? And everything is an ad. Everything is all designed about, buy this, buy that, and all of that. And people are motivated by, they sponsored me, so I gotta mention them, and all of this stuff. People can see right through that. I can see right through that, okay? You can see it everywhere. And I think more than likely, most of us are sick of it. We're sick of the fakeness. And so what's going to be the hot trending thing this summer and going into the future is raw authenticity. Just me being me, saying whatever I want, doing whatever I want. That's going to go to the moon, okay? And you being the raw you, the you that AI can't fake, And that's another thing, on the lines of why it keeps it real. And that I don't script any of this. Sometimes I make these things and I want to read it because if it's factual or science or something, I don't want to misquote it. I want to read it and I want to get it right. But as far as this right here, completely unscripted. I had an idea when I sat down. I wanted to talk about letting it go and self-limiting beliefs. I wanted to talk about how there's, which I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. And so, I wish you guys the best. Don't let the big ass truck that drives by loud screw up your video. Leave it in. Who cares? You know what I mean? Just be you, and get out there. Do something amazing. Send it to me. Leave me a comment. Share this. It helps the algorithm, and I'm not helping the algorithm to try to get paid. Lord knows I wouldn't be able to pay any of my bills on what I'm making here doing Facebook Reels, okay? I wouldn't be able to make anything, and I'm not worried about that, okay? So I hope I've inspired somebody today, and I hope that maybe, you think about what I said about letting it go, and don't let what other people think, especially the negative ones, don't let them affect what you're gonna do next. You're gonna be great, okay? Love you guys. Have a good one.